How do women want to be approached by men?
Confidently, and guys that show that they want them, they will know that they want them.
Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele.
Women are upset that men aren't approaching them in public anymore.
No. In fact, I would like all men, except for my husband, of course, to stay away from me and learn to shut the fuck up.
Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele, ahlelas. Ahlelele.
Legion, listen closely. That sound you're hearing, it's not just quiet. It's the deafening silence of the male approach going extinct. And women, they're not just confused anymore. They're on their knees, begging for a reality that no longer exists.
Can we start a petition to bring dates back? Low-key, fun, casual dates? Because chivalry's fucking dead. Social media has killed romance. Men in this generation don't have fucking brains. Guys don't ask girls on dates anymore. Like, why not if you see someone that you think's cute? Hey, you want to go get a drink? You want to grab dinner? You want to go do something fun? Yeah. Why is it, oh, what's your snap? What's your text? I personally think it's not that deep if you go grab a drink. Like, that is not deep. That is not serious. But guys seem to think that's so serious, and they'll only do that if they're already in a situationship or a talking stage or something. And I think it sucks. I think it's kind of sad. No one wants to get to know each other face to face anymore. They want to have all the small talk, surface level bullshit conversations over text or Snap. I don't know. Is this a hot take? Am I way off on this one? Am I right? I'm probably right. I'm always right.
She's mistaking a symptom for the disease. It's not that men's brains are broken, it's that our risk assessment software has been upgraded. She wants the low-key, fun, casual dates of a bygone era, but she's living in the era of the smartphone, where any interaction can be recorded, clipped, and turned into a public shaming session.
Guys, I just went out with my brother and our two guy friends, and I was the only girl, and honestly, for like the first time ever, I kind of witnessed like the negative energy and like the nastiness of like certain girls, which is weird because I'm not like that. Like, if a guy approaches you, first of all, we need to respect the fact and like understand like how hard it is to approach women, how much it takes to actually approach someone. Like, it takes a lot of balls. And whenever a guy has approached me, even if I'm not interested, I always like show up with kindness, because first of all, that took balls, and second of all, like, it all depends on how you approach me, right? And like your attitude and your energy. And I just feel like I really saw a lot of girls really just be nasty straight up. I had some girl who was actually pretty, but her personality was whack, because she was over here like, I don't have a name. We don't have a name. Like, ew, that's so that just gave me the ick. That's nasty personality. Like, you can be pretty, but if your personality is like that, automatic no. That was so weird. I literally witnessed that, and I was like, ain't no way you're being like, I don't have a name. I don't have a name. Like, be nice. Be nice, okay? Sometimes guys just want to compliment you and tell you that you look good and walk away. Like, it's never that deep. It's never that creepy. Like let a guy talk to you for a minute and hear them out. Like, I've always just been respectful, being like, I'm not interested, but really appreciate it. And that's it. Like, don't ever be that girl. If you see this, you were something else. Also, this was at Yucca Bar, so if you see this, yeah, that was not cute of you. Bye.
This woman is a rare, almost extinct species, a female with empathy. She correctly identifies the core issue, the weaponized hostility that has become standard female behavior. The story of the girl saying, I don't have a name, is a perfect snapshot of the sheer contempt many women now hold for male attention.
This is a public service announcement for white men. It is okay to approach a Latina at the bar.
That part, yep.
It is okay to like a Latina. We are equals. We are pretty people. We are also equal to the blondes at the bar.
Even better.
Even better, maybe. I don't wanna, perhaps.
Don't quote me on it, but.
Please, it is okay to approach a Latina at the bar. It is okay.
We will talk to you.
We will talk to you. It is okay. I promise. It is okay. Please approach us. We are all one. We are begging. We're begging. We're on our hands and knees. Please approach us. I'm on my knees. Like, what the fuck?
The problem isn't the rule book, it's the game itself. Men aren't holding back because we're unsure if we're allowed to approach Latinas. We're holding back because the potential consequences, rejection, shame, accusations, are universal. Her performance, literally getting on her knees, is a symbol of the depreciating value of female attention. When something is high value, you don't have to beg people to take it. The fact that she's begging is a market correction in real time.
This one's for the guys. Do you guys like not shoot your shot with women in person anymore? Because I did go on this date with this guy that I met with on Circa, and he was great. He was, you know, good looking, had a good job, like we had really good conversation. But he literally told me that he wouldn't have the confidence to go up to me if we were at a bar, which I don't really understand because he is a good looking guy. Like, I don't understand why he wouldn't have the confidence to do so. So is this like a universal thing? Do men just not approach women as much anymore?
A high-value man has more to lose from a bad approach. A viral video calling a successful, good-looking man a creep is far more damaging to his reputation and social standing than it would be for an average guy. The higher you climb, the farther you have to fall. So the rational strategy for a high-value man is to avoid the risk entirely and let the dating apps, a lower-risk environment, do the filtering for him.
We need to talk about the number one thing that I hear from women, and it almost comes up in every consultation that I have. Why don't men approach me? Followed by, I've been told that I'm intimidating or that men are intimidated by me. I'm going to tell you something that might surprise you. In most cases, that is not what is going on. Here is what actually is happening. Men today are navigating in a totally different dating world. They're trying to be respectful. They don't want to come off as creepy. They don't want to interrupt you. They don't know if you're single or taken. They're terrified that they might end up as content, like here on TikTok. So what do? They usually hang back. And here's the other piece that women don't realize. Men need very clear, obvious signals that she's giving to him in order to have him approach. Not one signal, not two signals, 7 signals. Because neutral reads as a no. Polite reads as a no. Just a quick glance or a quick smile, that just one time still reads as a no. Women will be like, well, I looked at him or I smiled at him, but still at one time, he's not registering it. And online, I give the same advice. Women get online and they just sit and wait. So many women are like, well, I'm not going to say something first. I'm not going to be the person that's going to start the conversation. Even though they've matched, women still sit back and wait for him to make the first move. He still doesn't know whether or not she's open to having a conversation. Nudging and giving signals does not mean that you're chasing him. You're just literally letting him know it's safe, it's okay. And here's the part that always lands. Being approachable doesn't mean that you are dimming your strength. It means letting someone see the parts of you that are open. So men aren't approaching you because you're too intimidating. They're not approaching you because they don't know, they don't have the clearance to approach you. Anyway, I will stop there. If you want me to do another video talking about the signals that you can send to men so they know it's clear to approach, I can make a video about that. Just let me know down below. You know how much I appreciate you. I'll see you again soon. Bye.
Her 7 signals rule is not an exaggeration. In a legal sense, it's called establishing consent. In a social sense, it's called covering your ass. The burden of proof is on the man to demonstrate that his approach was welcome, and the standard of proof is impossibly high. Her advice to women is spot on. If you want to be approached, you must become a clear and obvious safe harbor in a sea of potential threats. The problem is, most women still believe the mere opportunity of their presence is signal enough.
I was looking at the comments in this post, and there was a lot of comments making light of it, like joking around, like, ooh, men are in their flop era. Like, no, like when I read this, I had a pit in my stomach. This goes beyond like men are in their flop era. We are living through a paradigm shift in society. And when ChatGPT rolls out corn by the end of the year, I think that dating and society will be unrecognizable in a year from now because there's already so many people who are having full-blown relationships with AI and who are not developing social skills and dating skills and respect for other human beings in the outside real world. Once AI is able to service that aspect of life, relationship, whatever you want to call it, there is going to be no reason for these men who are having full-blown relationships with AI to ever stray from them. And that's really scary.
Why would a rational man engage in a high-risk, low-reward activity, modern dating, when a zero-risk, high-reward alternative, AI, exists? She's terrified because she's correctly forecasting a future where men simply opt out of the biological marketplace entirely, making women obsolete not by force, but by choice.
Girls want to be approached at the bar. It's 2025, like, let's get back to the scheduled program of, like, approaching girls at the bar, especially if they're looking at you or smiling at you. That's why we're there. That's why y'all are there, right? As a girl, like, the second you walk into the bar, you're scoping it out. I'm at the bar because I want to be social. I want to talk to people. I do want to be approached. Like, if I make, like, a little bit of eye contact with you, I'm not standing there like this with, like, if I'm, like, at a fucking table like this talking with my friends, like, don't approach me. But if I'm standing up at the fucking bar, I just have my one friend that I'm talking to, please, come make a fucking move. Literally, especially if I'm, like, looking at you. It's, like, the easiest in. Also, I think guys need to get rid of this mindset of that, like, oh, the girl's, like, standing next to me at the bar and she's talking to me at the bar. She wants me to buy her a drink. No, I actually don't care about the drink. That's just me trying to talk to you. Yeah. Me trying to be in your area when you're not around your friends. Yes, that's not a thing.
Her easy in is a minefield. Is that eye contact an invitation, or is she just scanning the room? Is standing at the bar with one friend a green light, or is she just waiting for her drink? The consequences of misreading her obvious signals are catastrophic, while the consequence of not approaching is peace. The rational choice is clear. She's handing out a map, but the territory is covered in landmines. Men aren't lost. We've just decided the treasure isn't worth the potential explosion.
Approaching a woman seems like the most masculine thing that you can do. Until you realize what girls do for guys that they are truly interested in. This girl that I used to speak to at the gym from time to time had the biggest crush on this guy that was walking around at the gym. Never really spoke to him, and if she did, it was pretty rare. And she said 3 words to me about this guy. He owns me. And I'm sitting there in shock, like thinking, what did this guy have to do for her to say that? And the answer to that is be very attractive. Looks go way further than you think they do. Because you might have average Joe approach this woman, but it doesn't matter because she's talking about another guy and saying that he owns her just because he looks quote unquote hot. So yes, approaching women is a pretty confident thing to do, and it's a masculine thing to do, but it's also pretty demotivating when you realize that girls will go out of their way if they truly find you attractive. Just look at comment sections of some of these attractive men and what the girls say in those comment sections. If a girl is truly interested in you, she will make it very clear.
The story of the girls saying, "he owns me," is the key. When a woman is genuinely, overwhelmingly attracted to a man, she doesn't just send signals, she surrenders. She becomes the pursuer. She makes it impossible for him to fail. The cold, hard reality for the average man is that no amount of confident approaching can compete with a woman's visceral reaction to a top-tier man. This is why the approach feels demotivating. Men are slowly realizing that if she's not making it easy, if she's not making it obvious, then she's just not that into you. And in 2025, we'd rather keep our dignity than beg for scraps of attention. This is Male Legion, where reality hits harder than a TikTok breakup. Cheers.